We all picture the lone cowboy riding off into the sunset, building the West brick by solitary brick. But what if that iconic image is completely wrong? Welcome to Western Tales Official, where we uncover the untold stories of history and challenge the myths we've long believed. Today, we're exploring the real architects of the American West. Not solitary heroes, but communities of ordinary people whose collective effort forged a nation. Imagine facing unforgiving landscapes, harsh winters, and endless threats, and having to survive, grow and thrive, not alone, but together. The narrative of the rugged individualist has dominated our stories for centuries, romanticized in films, novels, and popular culture. Yet, the truth is far more compelling. The West was built through collaboration, shared labor, and ingenuity. In this video, we'll dive into the forgotten heroes, from farmers and engineers to immigrant communities and indigenous peoples, and reveal how their teamwork made survival and expansion possible. So, ask yourself this. What does it really take to build a civilization in the wild? And what lessons can we draw from these stories today? Stay with us as we dismantle the myth of the lone wolf and shine a light on the power of collective action. And don't forget to subscribe to Western Tales Official for more history that challenges the conventional story. The image of the rugged frontiersman striking out alone against the elements has captivated our imagination for generations. Hollywood films and dime novels painted a picture of solitary cowboys, fearless explorers, and independent gold prospectors. But this vision of history is alluring but misleading. In reality, the challenges of the American West were too vast for any one person to overcome. From unpredictable weather and scarce resources to dangerous terrain and hostile encounters, surviving alone was nearly impossible. While these lone figures existed, they were exceptions, not the rule. Behind every heroic individual was an intricate web of human cooperation that ensured survival and progress. Communities formed quickly around essential resources, trade routes, and fertile land. They shared knowledge, labor, and even risk, demonstrating that collaboration was not optional, it was essential. In this segment, we'll examine how the myth of the solitary frontiersman overshadowed the countless people whose combined efforts laid the foundation of the West. These unsung heroes built towns, constructed infrastructure, and nurtured communities that allowed entire regions to thrive. The lone wolf narrative may thrill our imagination, but it hides the profound truth that no one conquers the wild alone. To truly understand how the West was built, we must look at collective projects that demanded large-scale collaboration. Consider the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad. This massive undertaking required engineers, laborers, miners, and surveyors from diverse backgrounds, all working in unison to bridge vast distances. Entire towns emerged overnight to support these projects, bringing together farmers, blacksmiths, and families whose skills complemented one another. Irrigation canals transformed arid lands into fertile farms, but they could not have been completed by individuals alone. Instead, these achievements were the result of hundreds, sometimes thousands, working together for shared survival and economic opportunity. Communities relied on mutual aid and cooperation to withstand harsh winters, natural disasters, and limited resources. Barn raisings, town meetings, and shared labor on infrastructure were not only practical, but created social bonds that ensured long-term stability. These collective efforts reveal that the West was not built through solitary heroics, but through organized, intentional cooperation. The lesson is clear. Shared vision and teamwork can achieve feats far beyond what a single individual could accomplish. When we discuss the building of the West, we often focus on men in the spotlight, miners, cowboys, and soldiers, yet countless others played critical roles. Women maintained homes, schools, and farms, often under extreme conditions, keeping communities functioning while men were away. Immigrant groups brought specialized knowledge, from Chinese laborers constructing railroads to German and Scandinavian settlers cultivating farmland. Indigenous peoples, long before European settlers arrived, had developed sophisticated agricultural systems. Knowledge of local ecology and survival techniques that new settlers often relied upon. Mutual aid societies and wagon train collaborations exemplified everyday teamwork. Settlers shared food, medical care, and labor, creating networks of resilience that allowed communities to endure crises. These unsung heroes, operating quietly but effectively, ensured that towns could grow, economies could flourish, and families could survive. Recognizing their contributions reshapes our understanding of history, emphasizing that true progress arises not from individual glory, but from collective effort. Frontier life demanded synergy. Survival depended on pooling resources. sharing knowledge and collaborating in dangerous situations. Hunting parties, food preservation, and building resilient structures required coordination and trust. When a settlement faced medical emergencies, neighbors worked together to provide care, leveraging skills from carpenters to midwives. Beyond practical survival, teamwork created social cohesion and trust, the foundation of thriving communities. These historical lessons are not just stories of the past. In today's fragmented world, collective action remains critical. Modern challenges like climate change, social inequality, and technological disruption require collaborative solutions. By studying the collective spirit that built the West, we can draw inspiration for contemporary society, reminding ourselves that true progress is rarely the result of isolated ambition, but emerges from shared purpose, cooperation, and community. So next time you imagine the lone cowboy, remember the hidden architects whose combined efforts built the nation. The secret to building the West, it wasn't solitude, it was teamwork.